four categories of people, I believe all of us can find ourselves at various times in our lives in one of these categories. So for example, the relator. I'll give you a personal example. I remember I've had various times in my life when I have walked pretty close with Jesus and been really dialed in and had this keen, like super intimate, close connection where I felt and sensed Jesus like really, really powerful, real like online, relevant, like real time. Anybody ever had some of those really close seasons, experiences, connections with Jesus? Anybody relate to that? And there are times when we've had that. And I remember there was a time in between my 8th grade and 9th grade year in school. And I had this really strong experience with Jesus at a summer camp in Fort Scott, Kansas. Why would I go? I don't know. But it was super powerful. And I felt Jesus, this residual, lasting Jesus sense through the whole summer. And I was, woo, this is fantastic. There are times, too, when I've been the renegade. Some of you who are my Sunday school teachers would say yes and amen. You were definitely a renegade. You're off on your own little tangent, doing your own thing, kind of, a sinner and making crummy decisions and smart alecky, snarky, lots of sarcasm, and less than enjoyable to be around. But for some, there was lots of fun, right? Like lots of hanging out parties and whatever. So how many of you can relate to a season in your life when you were like a renegade? Like a sinner or out having a blast, right? So we can all relate to that. How about anybody had a season in your life when you were more in the reverent category? So let me give you a great example. When I was a junior in high school, I had a carpool, and I drove my little Volkswagen burnt orange Golf, or Rabbit at that time. And my carpool, I would pick up my friends that I've known since 6th and 7th grade. Now I'm a junior, so I'm in 11th grade. I'd collect them in the morning, drive up to their house. When they got in my car, this was, again, my reverent non-sinner season, they would get in the car, and I had a car rule. No talking. You're not going to talk. We're not going to discuss the weather. We're not talking about football games. No talking. We're going to play worship music. And at that time I don't know if this is really dating me, Maranatha 7. That was the highest level of really pristine worship. And there were no words, because words are distraction. It's just straight music, and it's very reflective, meditational. And I've got 16-year-old girls with me in the car, and we're listening to Maranatha 7. Because I'm not going to get tainted and corrupted before I walk in the front door of that school. I got to have the right mindset. So this was my reverent season. Maybe you weren't that bad, but that was my thing. Anybody relate to having some of those, I'm doing this right, I'm being right, dot the I's, cross T's, I'm making everything right. Anybody? Kind of, sort of. And then receivers. Anybody in the room, anybody online, you ever had a miracle from Jesus? Oh my gosh. We probably have no clue of half the miracles we've gotten. And the healings and the prevention, how he protected us, how he helped us with our finances, how he gave us a job. We've all had the experience of being receivers. So when we think about these four categories, I think there are times in our lives when we can relate to them. But